Lunch break at JFall, and I have a new guest. Who are you and what brings you to this conference?
My name is Johan Janssen, and I come to this conference because it's the biggest one in the Netherlands, of course, and it's always great fun to catch up with colleagues, former colleagues, friends, and learn new stuff about Java.
And you are a Java developer? That's your day job?
Officially, I'm a software architect, and we work indeed with Java in our projects. Yeah.
How do you look at Java? Because there's a lot of changes, new versions, new features. How do you look at Java that we have nowadays?
Yeah, I really like that the fact that now changes are following up rapidly. I think for a period in the past, like when the module system was released, not much was being changed in Java, and now with the 6-month release cadence and a lot of new features coming up, I think that's a really good development. And also all the tooling around it, which is evolving, like with GraalVM and Crack and tools like that. It's mature, but also it's still new stuff pops up that's really helpful.
Um, do you do Java development already for a long time?
Yeah, so I graduated from university in 2008. So from then I did it professionally. Before at university, a bit of the Hello World projects and stuff like that. Yeah.
So did you go from version to version? Did you have to migrate applications through Java versions?
It's a good one. Yeah, we actually did some migrations in several projects. So that was sometimes a bit of a hassle, but in the end, yeah, mostly it's quite manageable. I think the biggest discussion is always to convince management to spend some time on it. But then mostly it's quite easy to do. And nowadays you have help with tools like Open Rewrite and other tools that can assist you basically. And I actually gave a session in the past as well on how you could upgrade from one Java version to another. So I always try to stay up to date with Java versions as much as possible, basically.
What do you tell to people who say, yeah, we are stuck on Java 8 because of many reasons? Can they stay there, or do they really have to move?
I think it's weird, right? If you have a car, you also do maintenance and make sure that's up to date, because otherwise at one point in time it will break down, and that's probably an inconvenient time. Well, now you can plan a convenient time to do the upgrades. So normally I will also always suggest to upgrade, unless you know that your application will be removed after like, I don't know, a year or something, then it might not be worth the investment. But if you think you will continue running it, you should upgrade it basically.
So you gave a talk about this subject. What were your advices there?
So basically my advice was that, well, often it's a discussion with management to convince them. It's also in your personal benefit, because if you upgrade Java, you can use all those cool new features. So you should also spend maybe some effort there. So what I did in the past, for instance, was when I did my hours for the week, I spent a few hours upgrading Java, see what broke, and then I could give a better guess at how much time I would need to fix it. And then I could say, if I have a week more, I can fix it. And then mostly you get the week. What I saw with a lot of people is they say it takes a couple of months with a couple of persons to do the upgrade, and then management of course says, yeah, we don't have that time. Well, in reality, I seldomly see that it's so much work.
So it's more of just try it and see what happens, and then investigate.
Exactly, yeah. And now, especially with tools like Open Rewrite, you can just run it and see if everything still compiles and the tests still run, so it's even easier. And in most cases, if you're a bit up to date with your dependencies, because that's most of the work mostly, then upgrading the Java version is quite okay in most projects.
People who don't know, Open Rewrite, it's a tool that helps you migrate and then go to newer versions or bump dependencies?
So basically what Open Rewrite does is it's sort of a recipe-based tool, and they have all kinds of recipes. So for example, they have recipes to go from Java 8 to 11 or whatever version. And then what it does is it upgrades the dependencies, but it also changes the code. So for example, now we have that multi-line string. If you had the old way of declaring strings, it will automatically convert the code to the new style. And it's basically Git-based. So you basically get some Git changes, and if you don't like them, you can ignore them. If you like them, yeah, then it made your migration a lot easier, while already using all the new features in Java that you also don't need to do by hand. So it brings quite some advantages.
And I think we are here in the Netherlands that Open Rewrite also has a lot of Dutch contributions. I really talked to some people. Do you know them? Do you meet them here?
Yeah, I know, for example, Tim de Beek. I regularly meet him at conferences when I speak there. So he does a lot of explanations about Open Rewrite and workshops and stuff like that. So yeah, it has quite some Dutch contributions.
So you're here for the conference. Are there any sessions that you definitely want to see, some topics, the highlights for you?
So I attended one in the morning about creating a separate language. So it was a Java-based language completely based on annotations. That was really fun. And for the rest, I'm a bit looking at what comes up. I'm part of the Innovation Award jury, so I'm also looking forward to see who will win it, and also to the sessions that will be presented after lunch about the different innovation projects that were done in the Netherlands.
Thanks a lot for your time. Enjoy the conference and have fun.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.